We talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene. Talking music, you know what I mean. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene.
Ooba-dooba-dooba-doodle, ho-ho-ho.
Ooba-dooba-dooba-doodle, ho-ho-ho. Hi, hi. Let's play up and down, up and down.
We go up, 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 up. Down, 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 down.
Up, 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 up. Down, 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 down. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Toot, 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 toot.
Toot, 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 toot.
Toodle-doodle, toodle-doodle.
Toodle, doodle, doodle, doodle. Toodle, doodle, toodle, doodle, doo, doo, doo.
Toodle-doodle, toodle-doodle, doo, doo, doo.
Look, baby, bounce the ball, bounce the ball.
Clap hands, patty cake.
Hear the noise, baby, hear the noise. Oh, funny noise.
Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka-ka-ka.
Da-da-da-da-da. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, hum. Ho, hum.
Sleepy bye, sleepy bye.
Okay, so let's get to the most important thing that's going on, what you're doing now.
Well, I do a few things. I mean, I guess if we had to count all the things I'm doing now, we'd be very surprised at how many activities that would encompass just right now in this moment.
It's amazing. I see how
A lot of
busy you are all
unconscious
the
processes, like breathing and all that stupid stuff. But anyway, one of the things I do is radio shows. Maybe that's two of the things I do are radio shows. And someday I'll learn how to speak correctly like a real air personality, but that'll be when I'm on the actual air. This is through the internet, through the ether. Yeah. And it's on WFMU.org, and you go to the Sheena's Jungle Room channel. There's 4 channels of WFMU things, and that's the one to go to. It's not easy to forget. Sheena's Jungle Room. But I'm on 2 p.m. Pacific time on Thursdays with the Fantastic World of Kitten Sparkles show. And that's a 3-hour tour of, the weird cosmic infinity and Christian children's, Christian ventriloquism records and such.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got that nickname, Kitten Sparkles?
Well, it's not very exciting. It's a name that I used on that thing that we were listening to underneath the talking and stuff earlier, the shortwave radio tracks. That was Kitten Sparkles, and that was actually that CD is called The Fantastic World of Kitten Sparkles, like my radio show.
Perfect, yeah.
But so the radio show is 3 hours of me doing whatever, and it's usually really psychedelic and fucked up, and and then
it's out there.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like weird, music concrete and echo and outer space, and you're just fucking gone. And then other times it's weird song poem things and fucked up children's records, that make you groan and cry, So, but I also have another radio show on Saturdays at 12 noon Pacific time, and that's called Wired Up. And I do that show with Noah Wallace, who is the king of glam. Not only does he have a great glam band right now that I'm lucky enough to sing with, he's the lead singer and the main writer of Hammered Satin. and man, really at the top of his game with this stuff. I have like 2 shelves, full of Glam and Bubblegum 7-inches, which is a
Bubblegum Pop,
lot.
yeah, it's awesome.
I have way more than most people, but Noah has literally 10 times more of these records than I do. It's just insane how many, and he knows so much about them, so it's great. I'm kind of the color commentator, and
So he's your
and
mentor,
I pick a lot of the hits.
right?
He turned me on to some of this stuff. Actually, someone that turned me on to this stuff got turned on to it by him. So, he was collecting these records in the 90s, in the early 90s. Now they're a little bit expensive, but
They're really expensive. Some
not as much as like
Yeah.
Psych or Private Press Punk or things like that. So Glam is still a pretty cheap genre, and bubblegum, fuck, that's really cheap. It's all good.
Yes.
Not all, but most. There's a lot of good stuff, just an insane amount. But Noah and I just play nonstop junk shop Glam and bubblegum 45s on this here setup right here at Electric Ladies Room Studios in the heart of somewhere near Vernon.
So for the last year, I spent a lot of time watching your live show.
Yeah.
You're doing live shows from here.
I had to do something because when the pandemic hit and the lockdown happened, it was so fast. And suddenly all my gigs were canceled. I had 3 clubs actually, and we were going to go to South by Southwest with Hammer Satin and do all this crazy stuff. We were headlining all the Burger Boogaloo, and that's kind of gone too. And just all these festivals, we were not headlining, but we were playing the main stage for the first time. We were really excited. And then the lockdown. And then I'm like broke. And actually, the way that one of the things that WFMU, an employee of that we don't get paid, a volunteer at WFMU did was to say, look, if you'll get good internet, so you can do a radio show from your place, because I started building a little studio. She said, I will get you maximum unemployment, and I'll help you fill out the things the right way, and you can get what you deserve.
What you need.
I go, okay, I'll do that. So, so that's what happened. They've been wanting me to do a show for so long, and I was just putting it off. But anyway, that didn't help me in the lockdown. The lockdown happens, and I'm like, what do I do? My other turntable was in storage, so I never used it because they had turntables at the bars I DJ'd at. So I said, got to get out the other turntable. So I got some new cartridges, and I cranked up my turntables, and I just danced like a lunatic, kind of.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it must have looked ridiculous, but I just never watched it, luckily, so it's fine. But I enjoyed playing these records for people, and a lot of people really liked it. But I got in there fast with these Facebook Live things, just my iPhone, was recording it, and I was in there in March, and I was one of the only people doing that, and then. After a couple of months, the money, I got $800 in tips the first weekend.
Right, yeah.
And it was like, holy shit, this
Nice,
is the right thing to do and a tasty way to do it. And
you're having fun doing it, right?
I had
Just
a
having
blast,
ball.
So that really helped. And then I did get a lot of decent unemployment money. And then I, had this studio going. I got my cassette machine fixed. I bought these things, the mini disc thing.
Yeah, the mini disc, yeah.
I got this thing that shuts the room monitors off when I turn the mics on. So, it's legit. It's a real radio studio. It's better than Dub Lab,
So give us a little sample of how the show went.
I could give you a little sample of the Kitten Sparkles thing too in a minute. I'll see what I can do about that while I'm showing you some of these here records. But this is what we call junk shop glam, in case you're on an island somewhere that has no internet. But it's a fairly collectible and sought after genre because it's the first time that this stuff's gotten here ever. And it's stuff that sounds like the Sweet, Gary Glitter, T-Rex, Slade, but isn't those things. And so we're not sick of it. Do you ever want to hear Ballroom Blitz again? Great as it is? No. So we got a bunch of things that are kind of like that. So anyway, here you go. I'm going to play a couple of my favorites. These are so dumb. And I think you'll see the similarities to punk rock. Like all the smart people did dumb, and like all the smart people that I knew, the really smart people did the dumbest, most, completely brain dead punk rock. And it was genius. But anyway, here's some stuff. This is Bubbles with, this is where the hurdy-gurdy, heebie-jeebie, greeny, meanie man came in.
Turn
audience has to explain that to you. That's why glam ruled. So good.
Everything sees in a flash of light as the rhythm of the rain back to my brain. This is where the hurdy-gurdy, heebie-jeebie, man came in. This is where the hurdy-gurdy, heebie-jeebie, man came in.
I mean,
This is where the hurdy-gurdy, heebie-jeebie, man came in. This is where the hurdy-gurdy,
yeah.
man came in.
I could rest my case right there.
Yes.
But wait, there's more.
This is where the hurdy-gurdy,
Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me with your boogie music. Yeah. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me with your boogie music. Yeah. All clothes are glittering, 'cause that's all I like to drive and show. See the diamond girls dancing down the
So good, right?
So good, yeah.
stars that are dancing and going. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me with your boogie music. Yeah. Rock me sha-la-la,
Another cool one, go.
rock me sha-la-la. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me with your boogie music. Yeah. Well, I must be the
Instrumental, that's not the one we want, but good.
It's not the man when you say the word. They say our music is a something so fantastic. Something with us, it takes your kind of magic. Your kind of magic. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la. Rock me with your boogie music. Yeah. Rock me sha-la-la, come on, rock me sha-la-la.
And
Rock me
it just goes this way forever, you know, until you run up screaming and take it off.
Hey, hey, vois-tu là-bas, sur son cigare? Hey, hey, vois-tu ce choix, le beau tétard, plus clinquant qu'une machine à sous, blouson plastique, casqué, ganté, des yeux de loup, ce garçon fait tilt dans nos
so good, right?
Yeah.
Let's say switchboard.
Vois-tu là-bas, sur son cigare? Hey, hey, vois-tu ce que je vois? Le beau tétard. On dit qu'il ne drague que sa moto.
This is
Tant
switchboard.
pis pour nous.
There it is, yeah.
On planait. Un peu
Stick with the girl thing for a second.
de filles, on avait notre
And end up
chance.
with the guy thing.
Contre sa machine, c'est bien sûr perdu d'avance. Il est super. Il a du peps à côté star. Il est extra. Super extra.
And then another great part.
Le bon tétard. Il est super sur son cigare. Le bon tétard. Il a du peps à côté
I
star.
want to be that guitar player.
Yeah.
Le bon tétard. Il est super sur son cigare. Le bon tétard. Il a du peps à côté star. Le bon tétard. Il est super sur son cigare.
And then the little part has another part in it.
Good morning, love is calling. If you are dark, tall, or handsome, I'm on the switchboard. This is your operator. If you would like to date a hang on, I'm on the switchboard. Oh, I can hold on better if you can hold on to me. How do you do, sir? Sorry to keep you waiting. What am I putting you through? You're international and so connected. I'm just a local caliber.
So here's one I play.
But if you want me, you can call me the lord of the switchboard.
Jeff,
On the switchboard.
The Jet Fighter's good, so is Aggie. Don't even have to play the whole thing.
Good afternoon, how are ya? Oh, I can hear where you gone now.
Love that this is just good old Michael Quercio.
Yeah.
You calling me long distance? I know I haven't missed my chance now. I'm on the switchboard. Your lines were out of order. You thought you had me
So good.
There's no reply, sir. The only ring I wanna is one that says we're linked.
Oh, yeah.
You're international and so connected. I'm just a local caliber.
Totally psychedelic. This is an actual psychedelic track. Look at it. Look at it. Sounds so good, right? JBL studio monitors. Good speakers. So good. Michael Garcia. Coolio Mud Wizards, too. We'll make that the last one and then we'll go back to that.
Friday night, she left me cool. Standing there, I felt a fool. It's a shame you turned me down. Known by every man in town. But I needn't worry, girl. 'Cause anyone can see when I saw you last night. When I held you so tight, you said we'd be alright. You're still guess I should have realized that they were judgments on my pride. But I never doubt again that you really love me, baby. Now I know that it is true. I will trust in you when I saw you last night. When I held you so tight, you said we'd be alright. You're still
Heavy psych. Then bubblegum, too. Well, that was the Aggie.
That's right.
That's kind of like what Michael Quercio was going for in a way, but I mean, he hit something just as good with that fucking Jet Fighter song. That's nowhere near glam. Anything, it's even a little like late for what we do, but you know what? It's great.
It's the punk rock of glam.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of psychedelic. There was a glam thing too, probably because Danny Benaire, had most recently played drums with The Quick, and then he was playing drums on that. So that was a great band. The 3 O'Clock was really killer for a minute, and the Salvation Army, that was a groovy scene. You could do a whole 5 shows on the Paisley Underground scene.
So you are also still playing live music. So
Yeah.
tell us about the Fancy Space People.
Well, we play live music because we haven't died yet. You see.
It is a fun band.
It sure
awesome.
is, you know, and I'm glad you appreciate it. We're still working on the album. It's probably taken longer than most people's entire careers.
to record the album?
Yeah, we started it in like 2007.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. You know, it better be the best sounding record ever
It's going to
when
be
it
a
comes out.
masterpiece,
It
right?
better
With all
be.
that time.
Oh, if it's not, you know, there's going to be a lot of, you know, you're going to find me auto asphyxiation death. No, I would never do that. I think that's a hitman thing. I think that's like a particularly mean person that hired a hitman and said, make it look like he died hanging himself while he's jacking off. That'll make the punk look really fucking stupid. Oh, yes, sir. We'll do this just the way you want, sir.
So I think this will be a good time to wrap up the show.
Oh, yes.
I think a
Let's do that.
good way to end the show will be to actually show the Fancy Space People's video.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
And
Wait, we have a video?
yeah.
Huh. Well, yeah, I would
found
like
it
to,
on YouTube. I found it on the YouTube.
I would really like to I mean, I think the Fancy Space People theme is probably the best song for the entrance, but that video is pretty good. Nora made that.
So we would like to thank you all for coming out to
Is that the
watch
Pyramids?
Chad's Underground
Is that the
Scene.
Pyramids one?
Yeah.
Pyramids, Shoot Golden Rings. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
that's all Nora. It's amazing.
And
She's a
remember,
singer.
remember, it all starts in the underground.
Wait, what's Remember? I forget.
It all starts with the underground.
Is that 1 Corinthians chapter 4?
Yes,
Okay,
chapter
I thought
7.
so. I thought it was mixed up a little bit. I thought it was 2 Corinthians.
Yeah. Enjoy the video. Fancy Space People. hope you enjoyed part 2 of Chad's underground scene. Remember, it all starts in the underground.
Starts going all on fire after a while. Because I'm doing all this stuff I'm really not supposed to do. I kind of pushed this thing to 11. The world at that time was like a Captain and Tennille Peter Frampton nightmare. You know, it was just terrible. All that. Like this whole world of suck. I don't know if you've ever seen Carnival of Souls, but I would recommend that you drop some acid and do so immediately. Look, the rats have been enjoying the apple. I have a lot of Christian ventriloquism records that I tend to favor. You know, real music. I'm a weird guy, and so it's like I hang out with weird people. You may have met my associate, Richard Polysorbate. You know, he's a professional weirdo.
Exorcisms, seances, levitation, people exploding, coming back together. Weird animals would come out of the electrical sockets. I mean, they would just kind of pour out like liquid. And they were always like black, white, or purple. It was just incredible. That one kind of came out good by accident. It started to crack and fall apart.
The punk just started forming because people wanted it to. People needed it. I mean, Alice Cooper was cool, but then but Styx. And the only thing to do was punk. The only smart thing to do was to be completely retarded. Fucking, what is this? Oh, Francois Bale, okay. Oh, God. And then Darby was like a fucking teenage acid shaman. He was the most amazing person that any of us knew. He was a genius. And everything he did was brilliant. That's how the Germs started. There's an honesty in chaos that's not really present in overly organized systems. Then there was like the Joneses and all that stuff started happening. The MC5, the Stooges, Velvet Underground, all that stuff was pretty punk. Then the Runaways happened. And I loved the Go-Go's. They couldn't play those songs very well, but man, they were writing some pretty good songs. One time Billy Idol got on stage with us, and he's like, "Could you guys know LA Woman?" And basically, we just played the same sludge noise that we always played, and he sang LA Woman over at Picture Perfect. And he shaved his head, and he covered his head with Vaseline. He got live crickets from the pet store, and his head was just covered with crickets. And punk rock was totally necessary at the time, and I still like some of it. You know, some of it's great, and I certainly remember it fondly. My punk rock youth continues to this day, except for the youth part and the punk rock. I gotta get a little Monotorianus. You ready? Is that? You just let me know when we can do the thing. Ready? Okay.
It's a god-awful small affair to the velvet that mousy hair, but the money is there, you know, and the daddy is told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen, and she walks to a sunken dream, till the secret that here is you. And she's hooked to the silver screen, but the film is a clashing ball. Cause she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. Oh, it's the freakiest show. Take a look at the love man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know. Oh, it's in the best-selling show. Is that live on Mars? It's on America's torture now that Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow, and now the workers are struck for fame. Cause women from sale again see the price in a million homes, from a pizza to the north of roads. We put tigers out of bounds for my love and my dog and hounds. But the film is a crashing ball, cause I went it 10 times or more. It's about to be lit today, as I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. Oh, it's the freakiest show. Take a look at the long man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, I wonder if he'll ever know. Oh, it's in the best-selling show. It's the life on Mars. Thank you. Jerry Finelli. You might just have to leave them up here for this next one too.
We talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene.